good? What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Kai, and I am back with another video. Hey man, say, how y'all feeling? How y'all moving? How y'all shaking? How y'all grooving? What's the vibe for today? Um, my vibe for today, I actually have a topic for you guys. It's a quote that for years I embodied, I believed, but I didn't have the actual quote yet. It was just like a belief system. Until I watched this video by Neural Knowledge. I'm not sure which video it is. He says it in a couple of them. Definitely look up Neural Knowledge on YouTube. Check out a few of his videos. He's really good at talking about spirituality and reality, consistency of self, learning self, self-evolution and development and things like that. He has a quote and it goes, "Spirituality without the ability to control your reality is vanity. Spirituality without the ability to control your reality is vanity." So for me, how this resonates with me and applies to my life is, if I'm claiming to be a spiritual person, spirituality means supernatural. It involves, in a sense of magic, manifestation power, alignment, orchestration, self-orchestration, self-development, growth, enlightenment, awareness. If I'm a person that is claiming to be living out a life of spirituality, but my life does not reflect that, whether it's I'm continuously pension, I'm continuously on my behind when it comes to, my finances, my management ability, my relationship ability when it comes to different people, whether it's a partner, whether it's friends or family, you just can't get along with people. Routines, habits, what are things that consistently take up your energy, take up your personhood? What are things that you are always consistently involved in? What makes up your day to day? The type of knowledge that you have. And when I say type of knowledge, I don't mean topics. I mean the type of knowledge that you get, the resources that you're pulling from, how you obtain this knowledge. Do you just watch a video on this topic and then now you're just enlightened to the truth? No. That's not knowledge. That's imitation. That's followship. Give me a second. Let me turn off the air. Okay, perfect. So, when it comes to spirituality not reflecting your reality. So, yes, if I'm living a life that does not portray what I'm claiming that I'm living, things are always array. I'm all, and then also what comes out of my mouth will show that I'm not living a life of true spirituality. You don't watch what you say when it comes to I'm stupid, I'm broke, everything always happens to me, I can never catch a break, everybody's always out to get me, things never add up for me. Like all of this, I call it demonic language because it's just an energy level. All of this demonic language that you speak over your life and over yourself, that you're manifesting into your reality, that is not living a life of spirituality. It's living a life of vanity. You want people to see you as a spiritual person. You got the beads, you got the bangles, you got the locks with you, it's tied up. You got the necklaces and the stones. You got the tarot cards. You got it all. You got the tattoos that symbolize this and that. You got it all. But when it comes to you as a person, you're living in vain. And we can take that word vanity and we can replace it with in vain and vanity. Just switch the end to the front and the back whenever you want to. Because if you're doing something without a result, you're living in vain. You're doing it without any sort of substance coming out of it, without a true result. The result is you look good on Instagram. The result is people tune into your TikTok lives and they're sending you gifts because they want you to flip that card over and tell them that you're their future. That's not spirituality. Spirituality is what you do behind closed doors. It's the amount of information you absorb and you apply to your life without having to show people. Now, a thought may be, well, what about you, Kai? You're on here telling us about spirituality and doing all, but I'm telling you my real life. I'm telling you when I mess up. I'm telling you when I excel. I'm telling you what it took for me to get from point A to point B. All that shenanigans in between, my thought processes, how I had to process through it, the feelings, the emotions. I'm showing you that I'm working through it. And I'm receiving a result that is aligned with what I'm claiming to be living by. Be careful out here, man. There's a lot of sheep. And them sheep, if you peel back a layer or two, you're gonna see more than wool. You're gonna see a couple fangs, some fur, pointy ears, a bushy tail. Be very careful who you give your followship to. I really recommend, instead of watching a lot of videos, which I do, right? But read the books. Read the books. The Law of Attraction. What's another good one? Intention by Andrew Wallace. Stop Overthinking. I can't remember who it's by, but it's an orange book. Let me see, what else do I have in there? Fail, Fail, Fail Again. There's so many different books, right? Look up books, and whatever resonates with you, whatever is calling to you, pulling you in, read about it, right? Look at the back of the book. Now they have them like on the front flap or whatever, the front page. Find the summary, look it up, do your research, and then see, okay, this is being pulled to the elevated side of me. This is not being pulled to the familiar, the default side of me that wants to be seen as a certain thing, because there's a lot of material out there that will give you the image of wholeness and healing. But what it really provides is delusion. And it's very hard to see it, especially if you haven't worked up that intention, if you haven't built a relationship with your discernment. You're going to be tossed around like the hoe at the club. You're going to be tossed around. So be very diligent. This stuff, if we're talking about spirituality, awareness shouldn't scare you. Intentionality should not scare you, because this is something that you're living out. Keep moving forward, man. The only way to get over something is to go through it. So again, the quote is, every system, wrong quote. The quote is, spirituality without the ability to control your reality is vanity, is in vain. People should be confused. People should be wondering, people in the outside world, people that you don't have to push your growth onto for them to see it. They should be wondering how she was just, I used to work with her, but she don't talk the same way. She don't down her life the same way. She doesn't victimize herself like she used to. What's going on? You are controlling your reality. Now you have all these opportunities popping up, and you're able to take them on because you are a new person. You are the person that is now attracting that. Therefore, you are deserving of it. Therefore, you can handle it. There is nothing, and this is a whole nother quote, and it's crazy because I was just about to quote that quote. This is a whole nother quote that it ties into. You cannot have what you don't already have. Whatever you attract is who you are. And this gets very sensitive, right? If you're attracting abusers, people that take advantage of people, not in that's weird, not in that type of way, but like, you know what I'm trying to say. If you're attracting those type of people, those very domineering, aggressive, overbearing people, you're attracting that. That means that you hold victimhood. You hold the energy of prey. You hold the energy of a victim. If you're an adult and you're attracting these type of people over and over again, people that take advantage of you, you can't get mad at no one else but yourself. And I want to quote this quote so bad, but I won't. I will make it another video. You can't be mad at nothing being materialized, actualized in your reality. You can only look at yourself. Because also, reality is a mirror of ourselves. Whatever we see in other people that we don't like, it's usually something that's stuck in the shadows. It's usually a trait or a habit that we hold as well. And that's life showing us us. So therefore we can become aware and we can become enlightened to the idea of growth and change and self-development. If a situation happens in your life and you don't like something about it, sit down and reflect. Look, observe, see, take note. Why not? Especially if we're living a life of spirituality, that's what comes with the territory. It's part of the road. Nobody said it was going to be easy. No one said it was going to be easy. No one said it was going to be pretty. I know when healing and mental health awareness and all this other stuff first started coming out, it just seemed like a trend to hop on, which it has become that. But the truth of the matter is we're getting to a point in our consciousness where we are realizing that healing is hard because more and more people are beginning to actually do it. Healing isn't just breaking up with that person, because you can break up with that person okay? Healing is breaking up with that person and then taking the time to work on yourself. Then recognizing your patterns, then recognizing the faults and the flaws that attracted a person like that brought that person in. Working on your energy field, working on the sustainment of your frequency levels. That is real healing. Digging into those wounds that brought you to this place. The roots, the trauma, the triggers. Being observant of your behaviors. Being observant of your environment. And realizing, this is not really what I want for myself. What am I going to do about it? That, my friend, is healing. And it takes a lot of energy. I've been on an intentional healing journey. Really, now I wouldn't even say intentional because it's not like I was really trying to heal before. But I've been on an intentional healing journey for since October. Since, I would say not even October, I would say since like August, September time. I've been on an intentional healing journey. And in that time, I am not myself. There's so many videos I could cram into this, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to separate them. I am not myself, my old self. I am me. I will forever be me, because the me that is me is just being revealed every single day. There's so many transformations, so many transitions that I've been in throughout this time of intentionally working on me, intentionally being with me. Yes, I be with other people. I ain't gonna lie, like I've entertained other people. I haven't just been like this monk that ain't been, doing my thing. First of all, it's very few and very far in between. Second of all, I don't attach myself to these people. I don't attach myself to the emotion of these people. I don't attach myself to anything that has to do with anyone or situation outside of me. That is something I've been very intentional about, and that has been my saving grace. Because me being a very emotional person, I'm a Cancer. So me being an emotional creature, a person that is very set, built, based on the power and the potency of emotion, it's very easy for me to be attached to someone. It doesn't even matter who it is. Very easy if I allow myself to. But I don't. And that's part of my healing because it's difficult to do it, but I do it anyway. Spirituality without the ability to control your reality is vanity. It's in vain. You're living without purpose. You can have your crystals, you can have your cards, you can have, the praises of other people who are watching you from the outside. But if you're not able to control your reality, if things do not shift, if things do not shift when you utter a word, if you don't have this built function inside of you that counteracts all the default thoughts of, oh, I'm not good enough, I could never get this done, and there's not something that pops up and is like, you have everything that you need. Everything works out for me. Everything works out for me. I get what I want, I get what I ask. Nothing is beyond my reach. If you don't have that, then you're living in vain. But I only say this if you are like claiming to be this mystic or this person of great knowledge or wisdom, and you're trying to convert all these people onto your path. Now, if you're someone who's just walking along this journey and just trying to figure it out, then I'm not necessarily talking to you. But I'm really targeting your influences. I want to make you aware of the people that could possibly lead you astray. And if you follow poor wisdom, then all you have is poor wisdom. So I'm trying to protect you from poor wisdom. I'm trying to protect you from poor influence, from poor frequencies, from poor mindsets. Because whatever you take in, so are you. That becomes who you are. Whatever energy you absorb, that's why it's very dangerous for empaths to not be aware and conscious, to not be living intentionally, because whatever you absorb, it becomes who you are. And now you're sitting in confusion. Or even worse, you take on their traits and you become poor in wisdom, poor in knowledge. You can talk very eloquently. I would love to say a name, but I won't do it. There's this man who it's like he has a cult following. And I'm sure it's only a matter of time, because I'm rarely ever wrong about people. He talks very eloquently. It just seems like he has this, like this just demeanor about him that just gives, I know what I'm talking about. I am this person. I am strong. I am confident. I am this. I know what I'm talking about. And people just follow him. But being eloquent in speech doesn't equate to truth. It doesn't equal truth. So, peace.